Welcome to Commodity Wrap Kickoff, produced by Rural Radio, Channel 147. This morning's show is live, and we're taking your calls. If you have a question, call us now at 855-RR-ON-147. That's 855-776-6147 to reach our studio. Now, here's your host.
All right, welcome into Commodity Wrap Kickoff. This is when a Commodity Wrap call-in, actually. Again, like the number said, 855-776-6147. Let's go over the overnights. We'll get to our next guest, and you can call or text us at any time. Let's go to corn, up 5 1/4. There we go. That's good news. That's the first time we've seen that in a while. A penny and a quarter better in beans. That's not bad either, I suppose. We've got all the wheat markets are, 2 out of 3. Chicago wheat's up 5 1/2. Kansas City's up 4, and we've got Minneapolis down 3 1/4. Crude oil's up 49 cents, but still around that 65 level, 65.73. Gold selling off $60, below 3,300 now, 32.88. Moving right along, he says, to the cotton market, 46 points better there. I'm trying to make it to 70. We're talking about D, 69.26 is last, and then we've got all the equity indices tacking on the gains we gained yesterday after it came out that Trump had moved the China negotiations down the field a little bit. It's not a full-fledged deal, but they signed an agreement to live up to whatever. It's going in the right direction. But we've got a 140-point gain on the Dow and an 18-point gain right now on the S&P 500. The dollar is pretty much unchanged at 96.84, and that 10-year yield is at 4.26 right now. So we moved down a little bit here. We were up between 4.40 and 4.50 for a while. Now we're near to 4 1/4. Let's bring in our next guest analyst today. We kick everything off on a Friday with Mr. Craig Bolanos from the VestGen Wealth Management Group in Chicago. He's the co-founder and wealth manager there. Craig, thanks for being on.
Hey, good morning. What's not to like on a Friday? It looks like the PCE came in 2.3 year over year, although I'm scratching my chin here this morning because it looks like wages, I got to go back into my terminal and see if this is right, actually dropped for the first time in years. Are companies starting to become a little bit greedy on their wages in order to make up the profit margins on some of these tariffs? I'm not sure. But, Scott, it's still a decent recipe because, remember, new highs do tend to make new highs.
Yeah, let's see. We go month over month in May. It was came in as expected, 0.1%, and year over year in May it came in at 2.3% as expected, which is a little bit higher than last month's 2.2, but still, where is this tariff inflation? I guess, what's everybody waiting for? I mean, it almost is like the mainstream media is upset that we're not seeing higher prices.
I think they're incredibly upset that we're not seeing higher prices. I'm also disappointed that parts of the mainstream media are actually rooting for the mother of all penetrating bombs to not have been effective as we are. The mainstream media is not doing anybody any favors. In fact, I think the mainstream media has caused so much fear and so much antics that people miss the fact that the advanced decline line on the NYSE literally hit an all-time high yesterday. This is a real advance supported by real metrics and real breadth. I mean, sure, Scott, we can nitpick, and are there some stocks, not trading above their 200-day moving average still? Yeah, but I think that ratio is going to come up after the 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, and you were mentioning, I think what you're referring to is personal, personal income and spending.
Yep.
We were expecting personal income to grow by 0.3% after it grew by 0.7% last month, but it actually fell by 0.4%. So somebody's tightening something up somewhere, and then personal spending also fell. So those two go hand in hand. That'll be interesting. That's not going to be. That's not a sign of an overheating economy.
No, that is not a sign of an overheating economy. And listen, it could be a 1 month blip. We see irregularities all the time. How many times have I gotten to be on your show, which is fantastic? Call-in Friday is the best day of the week. Yep. When we've had some blowout jobs numbers, and you've always looked at them kind of with a, smile, a smirk on your face because you haven't trusted it, and more often than not, your intuition's been right. So I'm going to think that this is a one-time blip, but I think we're imminently close to deals with 10 separate countries. Now, I've heard that before, but I'm actually likely to believe it, given we're coming up on, I think it's the July 9th deadline, that
Exactly.
people don't want to see this pushed back again. So all of this is encouraging. The question, of course, is will Wall Street have obviously bought the rumor and sell the news once it finally comes through? I don't necessarily think so this time.
Well, I mean, because I think there's genuine concern that the bill won't get through. We haven't seen anything really in terms of a deal cut with anybody except for the one big country that we're actually having a trade surplus with, which was the UK. So once some of those come through, like you said, maybe there's 10, who knows, but Kevin Hassett, one of the economic advisors to the president, had said between the 4th and the 9th of July, he said we should expect to hear a lot. Hopefully that's the case. And then maybe these numbers help beat up your buddy Jay Powell for maybe another rate cut or two.
Well, you know what? I mean, as long as Jay Powell gives me what he's long promised me, which is my rate cut in September and another one in December, and pile on 2 to 3 in 2026, I will be just fine. But if he were to go ahead and accelerate an additional one coming into Q4, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Of course
Because
you
I'd
would.
like to get housing. I want to get housing moving, Scott. I need to get some movement in housing.
Yeah, we talked
I was
about
speaking to clients.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Southwest Florida. The amount of inventory in places like Cape Coral, it's even starting to build in places like Naples. I need to get the housing moving because of all the costs and all the spending that go along with it that really do ripple through the economy, especially for the small businesses that support the home environment.
I'm reading a little bit through the lines here, Mr. Blanos, that maybe you might be in the market for something down there.
Oh, I'm already in the market down there. Shout out to all my friends on Marco Island, Resident Station,
There
of
you go.
course, Naples community, home of pickleball, not just in America, but around the world. I mean, where else can you find 300 handicap spots, and 64 courts going all at the same time, Scott? It's
That's
terrific.
fantastic. All right, brother. Great to have you on a Friday. Thanks for all your input. Great content as usual. Have a great weekend. Craig Bolanos, co-founder and wealth manager at Best Gen Wealth Management up in Chicago. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. Don't forget to call in or write in 855-776-6147. We'll be right back right after this.